Alright guys, welcome back to what is basically an annual update to my YouTube channel. So basically what I wanted to do today was make like a video catching up on my M3 because I know it's been very sporadic and it's just been a while in general. I have been doing other off-roading and like other bike things, but the M3 is going to be the main part of this video, I guess.
You gon' need 3 promoters. I got the body from Jim Ellis, but I had switched the motor.
So I have been doing a lot of labor on this car, or having shops do a lot of labor on this car, and the biggest thing that you can't really tell is that all big three, I don't really know the last time I made an update and what point the car was at when I made it. Basically, as of December 2023, all of the big three services are now completed. And if any of you guys are in the same boat of needing the big three done, just to like reiterate what happened, Raceworks in Burbank, California did the rear subframe and a bunch of bushings in the rear end, basically everything touching and like transmission back. And then JMP, they did my rod bearings and engine mounts, transmission mounts, a bunch of drivetrain related things. And then about a few months later, JMP also did my Vanos overhaul and my coolant overhaul with like a CSF radiator. Again, everything in this engine bay looks pretty stock. We added a strut brace, that's pretty much it. And yeah, it's actually been so long since my last video update that I've actually done one track day at Streets of Willow with this car. I did a 129 at Streets of Willow, clockwise, and not very fast. My Evo, my S2000, both way faster. I was running into a couple issues, which I'll go over. And the tires that I was running were some old Takeoff Pilot Sport 4s from my friend's old F80 M3, so not the best as far as grip, but still like a good baseline test for the car. And as you guys know, most of my track background kind of comes from Japanese cars, specifically Honda. And Honda is known for having really good shifters. BMW is definitely not known for that. And I was actually my issue number one was getting this car into second gear during a high RPM downshift, mainly at Streets of Willow going into the skid pad, the final turn before the front straightaway. It is like a pretty drastic slowdown, and you could use second gear in this car. Multiple occasions, I don't know what's up with BMW's design, but I would actually rip the shift knob off trying to get it into gear, and this shifter is so old, like all the bushings, that there's a ridiculous amount of play. So yeah, getting it into specifically second gear was not easy. I've collected a lot of parts over the last couple weeks that I'm finally catching up on, trying to get this car dialed in for the next track day. Yeah, this was definitely problem number one that I was having. Problem number two, I guess I really only had two problems so far, and this is not the car's fault at all, or like anything. It's actually my fault. And these are BBS RIAs off of my friend's F80. They're 18 by 10.5. I don't remember if they're plus 25 or plus 22. I believe it's a 25, but regardless, not that big of a difference. I had major rubbing problems, and I'm not even that low. These wheels are just a little too aggressive for a stock E46 M3 fender. They are rolled a little bit, it feels like. I don't actually know. By the previous owner, it had nothing to do with me. So I do have a fender roller. I am going to try to massage these fenders because I would really love to make these wheels fit square. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go down to an 18 by 10, which I've been told is a really good spec. But I already have these. They're expensive, and if I can make it work, I would rather. Another option I have, because I'm running a 275 35 18 tire right now, I can step down to like a 30 profile tire. I'd rather not though, because that really does limit my options, and they are drastically more expensive than a 35 just because these are so much more common of a size. And then just two more parts that I'll go in depth more on like a later video. I did install my Megan RS calipers. These are OEM CSL rotors with, I forget what brand, but I am running track pads all around. My stock brake is still the exact same, or like OEM, just with a track pad and like a fresh blank rotor. And then my exhaust, I know you guys heard it in the beginning of this video. I don't think it sounds good just yet. The E46 is definitely a really hard car to make it sound good. They're either my favorite sounding car, like a baby V12, or I think the worst sounding car, like even worse than a Honda Civic. And right now it's like in the middle, so I don't really know. I have a stock header at this very moment, stock section 1, and then I am running the Beamer World single exit street track kit. If I said that wrong, I'll put the correct word on the screen right now. But it sounds okay. The main reason I wanted it was because it is a major weight reduction, and it just simplifies the actual exhaust system, so if I need to take it on and off, it uses all V-band clamps. It's very motorsport inspired, and it just saved a huge amount of weight, something like 60 or 65 pounds or something like that. And so yeah, I thought I would start my return to videos today with a couple pretty easy installs. This is the Turner front lip for my M3 and the Turner engine skid plate. My factory skid plate was like super fucked up and just rusty and crusty and cracking, and then I just haven't had a lip on the car yet, and I've been really wanting to throw one on, and yeah, this is what I ended up going with.
I got these badass bitch running around this bitch named all the coders. Yeah, I just told.
Well, being the bad YouTuber that I am, M3 is now done. The front lip went on well. Actually, the fitment was like insanely good. The Turner front skid plate is also on, but obviously you can't really see it. Wow.
I don't know when the last time was I've been one of these. I'm still in college. No, I'm not.
Still driving a Miata though.
I'm driving.
Well, Christian hasn't driven this car since like a week after I bought it a really long time ago, and it feels about 100 times better with the slow progress I've been making on it. But alignment is good, suspension's good, car looks a lot better now. Still kind of rubs a lot, but we'll have to figure this out with some fender work potentially. Wait, that looks so funny how distorted it
Yeah,
gets.
you gotta do the super wide up close.
Yeah, Jeff, come here.
I have some great pictures of it. Some documentation on the iPhone. Where are they?
Well, now you have driven my M3 since it was like bone stock and super clumsy and floppy and shitty and not reliable.
That's true. Yeah.
Now it's got sick brakes, looks decent, good suspension.
Do I get back into cars? Is the overarching question here.
Do I get back into making videos?
Yeah. I like it. I don't know.
No, honestly, this car is a pretty good balance of power, handling. Like it's a good street car. I don't think E46 M3s in particular now are the best value if you're just trying to get like a fast-ish, cool-looking car. I think there's a much better value cars for that. But if you're a diehard M3 fan or you've just always wanted an E46, I think now is the time, because it seems like they're only getting more expensive and they require a lot of work, as I've been silently getting this car built over the last year.
How much is in this car?
Just like a quick number, the big three, not including excess parts, because we did do a lot of bushings and arms and everything, the big three cost around $10,000.
10,000 plus.
Just to make it somewhat reliable.
Plus 17-ish.
Plus a cooling overhaul. And so honestly, I think for this car it should be the big four, because the water pump / radiator always tend to fail on them. But yeah, definitely not a cheap car. I think to properly build an E46 in 2023, about to be 2024, you need to spend 40 to 50K. It's focusing on your face right now. Hold on, hold it. Looks like a hot dog.
Just as you.